You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
It was Sean and the podcast about mankind. The Soulforge podcast was a dream given form. Its goal? To prevent fear by creating a place where humans and aliens could work out their differences peacefully. It's a pod for all, with topics including love, loss, sex, dating, and so much more. Humans and aliens wrapped in the ESO network, all alone in the night. It can be a dangerous place, but it's our last best hope for peace. The year is 2020. The name of the place, Soulforge Podcast.
Hello, and welcome again to the Monster Scifi Show. I am your host, the Monster. And look who's here. Oh my god.
Good way to mess that up.
That's why we should have practice saying that line, but fuck that.
It's a pandemic.
It's a pandemic. We're struck with tongue. So, Mr. Gene's here.
Hello. Glad to be back.
Finally.
I know. It's been a while.
Literally, the last podcast that we did together was the year in review for 2019 that we did late, I think, back in March.
God.
So
but that would fit because then March the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. And
start bailing.
So, and like, you know, it felt like the world was going, it's still going, down in a hand. I can't talk.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you.
Hell in a handbasket. That's what you're trying to say.
Thank you, Gene. I wouldn't have been able to do that without you. But with all that time off from work,
Our brains have gotten softer.
Oh my god!
I've drunk a lot more. Smoked a lot more.
I think the onset, not necessarily of a panic attack, but I've gotten that point of overthinking things to the point that I'm like, I can't manage my day without having certain thoughts. Like, this is too much. Like, in normal times, we have things to deal with in life that's just regular life stuff. But at the pandemic, then we got a lot more issues to deal with because I can't do certain things like I could do to alleviate those life things.
Yes, I know.
So, and you being more housebound than I am, you know, take care of your mom, I can only imagine how much more stress it is because now it's even tighter on you to stay at home. No, you were not pointing to your soda, Gene.
No, I know.
You're pointing to other kind of medication to help
It keeps
ease.
me calm.
And that's the thing, you know, sometimes we have to resort to things to help us manage these stressful events.
But this is an amazing time. Unbelievable. All these things coming together.
Right.
It's not quite the perfect storm because I don't want to see what kind of storm this is. But everything that's been going on, racial tensions.
But that does feel like
in the White House.
It does feel like a perfect storm.
It's all building, and it's going to keep going.
Right.
It's going to keep going till the end of 2020. It's just gonna.
Yeah.
It'll spill over to 2021 too. But just stay calm. Think happy thoughts.
Don't worry. Don't
worry. Be happy.
No.
Hakuna Matata. What
don't panic. I'm trying to do guide. Oh my god, my mind is really gone. I'm trying to do the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Right, by Douglas Adams.
Right, the don't panic. You know, make sure you have your towels. That's all you need. And I screwed up the damn joke.
But you know it.
I knew it, but
know.
I stumbled over myself before I even got it off. Whatever.
How about this much? Try this. Talk less, smile more. I could have sung that, but I'm not. Hey, so Hamilton, your review of that, when you eventually got to it, that was
which we were kind of joking around with the Hamilton, done by the Muppets, the Beaker moments. If you have not listened to that, I encourage you to do that. But yes, thank you for the review.
No problem.
Yeah, that was tough to do.
You were alone. It was your birthday. It was like, I've got it out. But do you remember we went on that vacation trip together? It was my 50th birthday.
Yeah.
And you got in bed, and I was like, Monty, did you wake up so I'm not alone on my 50th birthday? I thought about that, but listening to your podcast on Hamilton, I was like, it's so sad. But I'm glad you were getting out there.
Yeah, but the difference was, at least I was in the room where it happened. Gotcha.
All right, we're doing this? Okay.
Again,
I can percolate. This is the start of the podcast.
Look, I'm not going to throw away my shot, all right? So I took it. That's 2. Kapew! So, so take another sip. All right. So for today's news, we're going to be talking about the
event,
the orgy of DC fandom that came to a hilt. That oh my god, 8 hours plus of content that I have still not seen all of it, but we've seen the
it's
major.
all pre-recorded.
I know it's all pre-recorded, but we saw the major stuff. That we'll talk about that in a moment. About that,
it was such a positive moment for the DCU, wasn't it?
It felt.
You've been underdogging, waving that flag for so many years.
I mean, look, we know DC at times fumbles the ball. You know, trying to play catch up to Marvel and what they're doing with the big screen. You know, like anything else, you know, you want to be part of that competition. I get it. They try to do certain things. It blew up in their face to have everything all connected, and you know, shit just went downhill.
It's why you keep doing all those push-ups, though.
We're gonna do that Batman reference.
We're talking about DC fandom.
There was a joke in there I was going to say about, like, I'll hold on to that one. But it felt for the first time like, look, Marvel, we got our shit together. All you're going to be doing is watching us cream the internet, literally. Because that's what it was. It was like nonstop major announcements about everything that we love about DC.
But you know that Feige's like...
I know.
You're like, okay, what are you doing? You're doing Batman versus Superman? All right, let's do the Civil War.
He's like King George. It's like...
But you'll be back, and you'll see.
You'll see. So he's like, no, oh my, go ahead. Take your shot. We'll see. But it felt that DC really did own and lean into the very thing that they should have done to be different from the competition. Don't be Marvel, just be DC.
I'm glad they did this because there's no SDCC this year. So,
but they did virtual, which was okay, even though they did it over several days.
Yeah.
There were times in which I wish I could have seen it when it happened, because the panels is what I like.
It's not Hall H, Monty.
I know it's not, but the panels sometimes are the ones that I like to go to.
I know.
Your thing is more about the toy collecting and whatever you can find that's exclusive stuff.
Yeah, true.
Okay. So we have two different agendas when we go to the conventions. So it's kind of hard to kind of recreate or mimic that feeling online, especially with the pandemic.
But I think that DC, though, managed to pull it together really well.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about some criticisms, but overall, I think is a very slick production. I love the Hall of Heroes, the way it looked. Sure, they're all standing behind a green screen or standing in front, but
floating in space. But yeah, it worked.
It was beautiful. I bought into it. Every wonderful moment of it. Finally, here's our moment to shine.
And Monty, how much merchandise have you bought for the DC universe since Saturday when the event occurred?
Normally, I don't buy a lot, but lately, DC did a sale on DC movies and products. So
keep going.
I bought Watchmen Season 1, or the only season that probably will be.
Keep going.
Which I love. The 4 Batman movies.
Right.
The two Tim Burton and the 2 Joel Schumacher. 4 movies for $13. That's a bargain.
Keep going.
Bought the Joker movie.
Yeah, keep going.
Bought the Harlequin movie. And I bought Shazam. All because they were on sale.
That's fine.
Loved it.
Did you stop there?
No, there's more. The Fandome shirts, I kind of like the logo, but the logo was like over comic book art. sometimes it works and
It'll be pirated in a few days, and you'll be able to get what you want. Soon.
Right. But I wound up finding the shirt, but in black. It's just the logo and the superhero logo icons underneath. Very subtle, very clean. Picked up that, and I think I picked up a Jim Lee limited series T-shirt with Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman.
Okay.
And then the grand finale of all that was when Zack Snyder came out, talked about Justice League, and he had, oh, by the way, you can still get this Justice League shirt, the associate producer stuff. Go to the site, which took me, 5 hours?
5 hours to get that shirt. Finally got the shirt. I'm like, what the fuck? That was hours ago.
Right. And then at one point, the card's working, but I kept hitting plus. So, there were 3 shirts on there. I'm like, no, I don't want 3 shirts. But not that it's not a bad cause. It's just the system crashed. And I think I may be getting an extra shirt. All right, fine. So if I do get an extra shirt, maybe I'll use that as a giveaway.
Ooh.
Or I'll just wait until I get into my Justice League mode.
New shirt. Where the hell are the one you're wearing? And just
I'll because what I'm planning to do is that when Justice League comes out on HBO Max, I already have all my Justice League figures that I spent weeks collecting.
I'm getting a terrible picture, Monty. Please don't make me develop this picture. Are you holding them while watching?
No, Gene. It's not the way you think you would hold a figure that you would hold a figure.
Not at all.
Not at all. It's decent for people to love figures in a figure-to-man relationship. Whatever that means. All right. But basically, the
story when we talked about Star Wars, taking your Star Wars figures to bed under the blanket?
No. It was the Star Wars figures that I would play when I had the tent while watching Saturday morning cartoons. I have the original, is that Miko figures?
Kenner.
There's a Kenner?
Kenner.
No, not Star Wars.
Oh,
the old line of superheroes.
The Mego.
Okay. So I had a whole bunch of those. I had Tarzan, I had Captain America, Hulk, and I have somewhere a picture of me with those figures in bed with me asleep. Okay. I have never been able to find it, but
it's out there somewhere.
But the Justice League figures have an extra piece for each.
Right, the Build-A-Figure piece.
The Build-A-Figure, which was going to be Steppenwolf.
Not anymore, not a Snyder Cut.
Which I don't think they will re-release a new version of that and put Darkseid in.
No. But we'll see. It depends on the Benjamins and how many Benjamins it gets.
Or the Hamiltons.
Oh.
Whoa.
It's
there you go.
4-3. Yeah, that's good. Keep going.
So I'm going to do a Justice League review of that series, as well as doing a Justice League toy build-up figure demonstration.
You're all set.
Right. And then whenever we get Wonder Woman, I'll do my 2 Wonder Woman figures.
Your hands are... You're holding your hands in a certain way.
Show both hands. And I do have my...
McFarlane Wonder Woman.
No, my Golden Rope candy.
Oh, my God. But it's coming out in October, so it shouldn't be that bad.
We'll see if it comes out in October. And then whenever Black Widow comes out, I have several Black Widow figures.
Yeah, so do I. I don't understand.
And I don't want to open them yet. I just want to wait until the movie comes out to do the review and then play with the toys. Not that I can't do that now, but it's just, I wanted to do something a little more...
hands-on?
Hands, butt, whatever, on. You want to do something different. So more than just doing a review of a movie. And it may be a video by the time that happens.
We'll be confident to go on YouTube and just...
Because God knows I have the face for podcasting.
Oh, you're fine.
But that's the thing that, we've been collecting a lot more lately.
Yeah, because we're pack rats. Hoarder.
Well, yes, to a degree. But I'm trying to push so that it becomes a thing for me to use at work. So action figure photography is something that I want to do. So I've been watching tons of videos on YouTube to use your figures and use whatever limited resources to kind of create scenes. And I think that's something you can definitely do in the library. You can do it outside. Granted, we're still dealing with Corona and all that jazz, but I love the idea of getting into kind of that kind of photography on a very cheap level. And it's a very engaging program that I'm trying to create. So trying to take all the passions I have for comics and for movies and for everything under the sun, I want to make sure that I can enjoy what I do at home and also do that at work. So this way, you're never going to feel like you're going to be bored. So even though we had time off, I got sick of watching TV. But then I couldn't read. I couldn't do anything. Now I got to that point where I got past the quarantine. That something kind of snapped, not like in a bad way, but in a good way, in which I'm starting to be a little bit more active towards things. So
you're acclimated to the new environment and what's going on.
Right.
You're a creative soul. You have to get out there and do things. So you're ready.
Right. So one of the things that happened was that my daughter gave me a Stormtrooper figure, which is a samurai-inspired version of a Stormtrooper. And it's a very expensive figure. Normally, if I'm spending $19, that's expensive for me.
Right, I know.
I'll push the envelope to be $25, $26. Sometimes.
Damn you, GameStop.
But, even then, I'll look at Amazon. It's like, is it still cheaper? It's still cheaper. But never would I go into the higher end. I've always go to Tate's, look behind the glass, and just see them. And I'm like, they're pretty, and I would love to want them. Would love to have. I would love to have them. But collecting them is a pretty penny.
Yeah, I know.
But
the fates have given you that beautiful Anwar thing, the display case.
Yeah. So I got the display case, but then again, I'm out of space of that one.
We are standing in my room. We're in my room. We're surrounded by toys and wall-to-wall furniture. I get your point.
Right. No, but with this collection, or at least this Star Wars figure, I want to do something special with it. So my daughter gave me a piece, artwork print, kind of Star Wars inspired, also samurai-ish or Japanese print. So I want to have that artwork be the centerpiece, and then have surrounding figures be this kind of. I'm trying to
You do a diorama, basically, or
not so much a diorama,
a tribute
but
thing. I know what you want.
Right, a tribute wall, basically. Right. So
the samurais of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Throwing the Japanese motif in there as well.
Right. So when I saw the print and I'm like, the figure, I'm like, oh, that's perfect. So you and I went to Hobby Lobby, which, we hate on principle, but we were able to find a shadow box and a good frame. So I have that as my starting project. So now I'm going to be on the hunt for if I can find the other figures. But I also want to keep the box.
That was a little zany, but I'm like, okay.
It is. Normally,
But I also keep all the boxes, as you can see in my...
No, I know you do. But the difference here is that the box is phenomenal. It's spectacular. It is so well done. I want to keep that. It's not like when we do the unboxing stuff and you throw out the box.
Right.
We don't need it.
That's just packaging.
Right. But the box themselves, I'm not throwing away $90 like that. So I'm not throwing away my toys. That's kind of been my bug lately, is to look at my collection and kind of step up the game. Use it, not just look at it or keep it in a box or whatever. I just want to enjoy it on a whole new level now. You
can see it now, though. It's achievable. It's
right. And it goes back to when we did a very simple Build-A-Figure with Ares, with the Wonder Woman.
You did that yourself. You found that at Five Below.
Yeah. So I got all 5 figures. No, 4 figures.
2 extra from Toys R Us.
No, they were all from Wonder Woman. Five Below.
No, the ones I gave you. The one I gave you with the shield, Ares' shield, and
well, that was separate. Yeah,
right. That was the 2 Toys R Us exclusives.
Right, but the full Build-A-Figure itself. Yeah,
4 pieces, easy. $20, Five Below.
Right, and that's why I got really hooked on going to Five Below to find those kind of Build-A-Figures.
You'll be disappointed.
Well, we're not so much disappointed. We every once in a while there'd be like little nuggets that we find. No, but like I started building on Shazam.
Yes.
And
I mean, how long did it take you to find, what was it, Pedro? Pedro was the bitch.
Pedro was the
And
hard
Eugene.
one, and Eugene,
And
which
Eugene.
is you.
Yeah.
You were the pain in the ass.
You want to pay I got mine for 10. I got mine
know.
online. And then
But that was the thing. It's like it got me back in the days when we were working in Borders and doing the toy hunting stuff.
it's fun.
Now it's like it's not so much finding the stuff that I want that it's brand new. It's like, let me find this collection that I can buy that's cheaper and complete it. Because normally, if I'm not a completist, but I'm kind of getting to that point that I want to complete the collection.
It's fun.
So, and I really, really fucking love it. And I noticed that when I look at most of my collection,
there's no Marvel stuff there, is
Right,
there?
there's
It's all
no
DC. That's why I'm so happy for you. You got the Guardians of the Galaxy, some of it. You had Mantis, which is the reason you got it. And then
right. But it was for, my 200th episode, was it? Oh, yeah.
we did Scott Pilgrim.
No, whatever. I did it for my anniversary. No, I think it might have been like a bonus episode for the 200th.
Right, for the Patreon account we don't have.
Except for Misha. Misha. Go to sleep now, Misha. There you go. Because we haven't done a podcast in it forever. So she's been up for months now. So I'm sure she's delirious.
I don't know. She's actually doing yard work. She actually likes to go out and hit the trees, the banana trees, and do gardening with a machete.
She's hitting trees. That's why she needs to go back to listen to our podcast so she can stop hitting trees, Misha.
With a machete.
With a machete.
Says Misha in the yard with a machete.
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
So, aside from all that, what have you been doing to keep yourself sane that you care to share?
Oh, I'm not sane at all. I've gotten better at caregiving for my mom. I've gotten a procedure going so that, it's difficult. My mom is, she's bedridden. It's really sad. She doesn't move around much. I don't know how much time she's got left, but my job is to keep her here as long as I can, and she's doing okay. But I've gotten a pattern where I can go in and clean her, and I talk to her regularly and in a positive way, and it's fine. So that's basically been that, and then cooking and cleaning and just staying alive and staying sane by smoking cigarettes, drinking. There's a lot of drinking lately in the pandemic.
Yeah. But there was a moment in you were watching something with your mom, and she kind of laughed a little bit.
Oh, God. She's usually very, very quiet, doesn't say much. We went to The Floor is Lava. And she had this thing for like the entire day. And then someone fell in the lava and she went, oh. I was so, like, what the?
Of all the things, that got a reaction.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I love that show so much because that kind of helped me feel like I want to just like turn off my brain, make me laugh, and go fall in like it's burning you alive.
Yeah.
I will avenge you.
I'll see you in hell.
That guy. I love that guy. Oh, my God. That was a great show, and I hope they do get renewed for a second season.
True. But no one got off that pyramid.
No, that was the worst thing. Yeah,
no one could get off. I'm like, why would you jump on that?
Right from the very beginning, when a girl sacrificed herself for her mom, pushed over the obelisk. Oh my God, that was great fun. There was one of the few things that I've been loving on Netflix is that, And I was telling you about, oh my God, you would love this. I'm glad you got to see it with your mom.
Just watch this. I don't know what's going on here. It's either this or Disney stuff. I don't know.
Oh my God. So, what else have you been watching?
Oh, Umbrella Academy, Watchmen. Yeah. Watchmen, amazing. The Harley Quinn show.
Yes, would you turn me on to?
Oh, I did that?
Yeah, because I got stuck on like the first episode, but you were like, "Oh my god,
It's funny.
watch it! This is really, really fucking." So I sped through the first 2 seasons, and I'm like, it is really that good. I enjoyed it just because it's not so much a parody of what DC does with their characters, but they're able to approach comedy in a way that is not self-parodying.
I think it's a grand mutation off what the Birds of Prey or Harley Quinn movie was trying to do.
Right.
But you have limitations because you're doing live action.
Right.
But this was like, no. And you can just create your own freaking universe.
Right.
It's not going to touch anything else. And it's just beautiful.
Right.
You
And
can kill characters and just change things. But
And I think we had a couple of favorites, but our favorite is Bane, and his performance. I just never thought I would laugh as much as I did with this show, and I still haven't seen not Short Tracks,
no,
the
Lower
Decks series.
You haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
The first episode was on for free. Like
I know, and if the deal's still on, like for a free month, I may do it when I have all the episodes, and I'll binge it and see how it goes. But I have no interest. But the problem lies with that concept. To me, maybe it's going to be different if I watch it, but it's the self-parodying of itself.
It's not
right, and I don't think it works in that sense because Star Trek is not that. You may have comedy elements, but it's not poking fun at itself at the expense of itself.
I watched the first episode of it, and they have this really like fast-talking character,
Right.
or whatever, and I'm like, that in itself is not Star Trek.
Right.
I get that you're excited, I get that you're drunk, I get that you're hyper, but in Star Trek, they all talk in measured tones because it's about plot, about character development. But having that kind of humor based on repetition or speed and just hyperness, that doesn't quite fit the idea of Star Trek in my mind. But it was, good luck with that.
Right.
It's a variant of what we know, and it will either survive and thrive or it will die. So
right. But it's like the trouble with Edward, the Short Trek, in which, the officers themselves are not really keeping to kind of Starfleet protocol, and the way to deal with personnel is like, no, you'll be transferred so it can be someone else.
Right. Conversation is over. Yeah, no, but I still have something to say. No, conversation is over. Yeah, it was very.
So it doesn't work in that sense because that's not Star Trek. And someone pointed out, and somebody on YouTube, that Picard had.
I saw that.
Right.
Yeah, as
deal
well.
with
Yeah.
Barkley, find out something
be
about
friends
him.
with the man.
Work with him.
And Jordan was like, wait, but you're just giving me an order to be friends with someone? I'm going to talk to HR about that because you can't. No.
But in the end, he worked out.
It's fine.
And then he got Voyager back home, Perfect,
You know. I'm sorry, I watched Jerry Maguire recently. I'm sorry.
You complete me, Gene.
You had me at hello.
Oh my god! So, and we've had this discussion several times about why is it that sometimes you can go full balls to the walls with the cursing, like Deadpool and Logan works, but you can't do that when you have like Star Trek and the cursing. Not to go into whole Star Trek stuff.
That really upset you.
Yeah,
I was okay with it because it was so rare, but it did get on my nerves in Picard.
Right.
I mean, you do it on Discovery, fine-ish.
Yeah.
But you do it in Picard, it's just like, you're grandstanding. And it doesn't belong there.
Right. And you're throwing it for the sake of what? Because it loses the impact.
But the thing is, in my mind, Picard was not a quality show.
Right.
So it's like, oh, you guys had an idea that you thought Star Trek was, so you writ this shit out and you filmed it, and it's crap.
Right.
But
do any kind of adult language on Lower Decks or no?
No, not really.
No. Okay.
But when I showed my friend Laura it, she was like, "Oh, so it's for kids, right?" I'm like, "Oh no, it's not for kids."
Yeah. And then of course Nickelodeon will have their own
that
show.
will be for kids.
Yeah. We'll see, because our fandom for Star Trek and Star Wars are like in the toilets right now. So, going back to DC and the
Yes,
fandom.
yes. The reason you're here, we haven't gotten to talk in a while, so I apologize for the...
Right. But that's where, there was this turn, and it's a really good turn that DC is now in a good place.
Finally. But are they? Because remember, the firings just happened 2 weeks ago.
Yes. And
they had their Pluto Nash day, and it didn't. It's not going to touch this stuff. That's the comic industry, basically.
The comic industry.
And their merchandise.
And the merchandise, yes.
Those departments are destroyed.
The DC universe, we kind of knew that if they were going to be absorbed by
Time Warner,
that was going to be pulled in somewhere else.
But it was so brutal, just one day.
I know. And it was kind of obvious when they pulled off Harley Quinn and Doom Patrol from DC Universe and then put it onto HBO Max. And then a couple of weeks later, they dropped off Swamp Thing. And I think Titans...
Pull the car around, yeah.
Literally, you see what we're doing, right? You see what's coming, right? So it wasn't as if, oh, by the way, we're taking the house, too.
To my understanding, it just, this had to happen. Unfortunately, the way it did, but that this is the way it's going. And so DC was just grabbed. And
Right. So the one thing that I would say is that what I liked about DC Universe when I had it, and we shared it with you, was that you had all the DC content you wanted.
All of it, just there.
And you had access to the digital comics, which was fantastic. So if they pull that into HBO Max and you also include the digital comics, that's a bonus.
That'll take a while to do if they're going to do that. And because right now HBO Max is not doing well.
Right. But
we are all owned by Disney Plus, right? I mean, Disney Plus is the way to go. It's perfect. It's got everything, doesn't it? I mean, it's just the...
We'll see. Sorry. But even Disney is struggling because, Mulan will be out not this week.
September 4th.
Right.
So, The Boys is coming out. Everything's just going to hit.
Right. So it's going to be, bloodbath come Labor Day weekend. But here's a question. Are you going to pluck down the $30 to watch Mulan?
I will let my sister do that, who is a doctor. Okay. And I will ask for her password. They would put her password on my Amazon Fire Stick, and they would keep my password because I have got a lot of other people on that.
Right.
I can't cancel that. But I wouldn't want to share my sister's password with that, so I'll just do that. And that's how I watch Mulan.
Okay.
Friends through friends.
Right. Friends with benefits.
Oh, it's my sister, man.
Your friend is your sister?
Stop.
That's not how it works, Gene. But I will say, because I was asking...
The actress that plays my sister.
Oh, my God, right. Because there have been years, and I've known Gene for over 20 years, and I'm like, when did you get a sister? And then I saw her, I'm like, that's not your sister. That's some actress. So I did ask my kids about Mulan, and talked about the benefit. I'm like,
$30, cheaper than the movie theater. You can't get to the movie theater anywhere right now.
Right, exactly. Although we did go to a drive-in, which is kind of cool. I enjoyed that. But price it out for the three of us, it's $10 a piece. I'm like, we can manage that. So, and who knows?
So you're going to do it?
I'm going to do it. But who knows if we'll get a Black Widow after that?
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. If Mulan hits, I expect Black Widow, as my prediction, it will follow suit.
I don't know. It's such a big movie.
It is.
But it was on the verge of coming out, and they spent all the production value, the advertising, and the world still is not safe.
Right.
But I think it all depends on what happens in the movie theaters that are opening sporadically throughout the country now.
Right, which
is the COVID thing. But it takes one person to get sick in a movie theater from a movie theater, and it all shuts down. Because even schools open for a week?
And then it shut down.
And then it shut down.
Right. But what movie that came out, Tenet was overseas.
Yes. It will be. I don't think. Is it out yet?
It came out
This
overseas.
Is 24th.
Overseas for reviewers.
Okay.
For them. But everything else, if it doesn't hit for a global audience, then the risk is put it on Disney Plus. And because you're not gonna, you want to have content, And you have problems with production with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which we may not see this year, so we may get WandaVision.
I don't know.
We'll see.
It's too unpredictable. This pandemic thing is very strange.
Right.
And things are changing constantly. Like, who knew that we'd be Zooming everything?
Yeah.
And that, my gosh, even the Democratic National Convention was a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
But they did it well, I think.
Right. But going back to the DC side,
Fandome, yeah.
DC seems to have a lot more stronger structure on different platforms.
Yes.
We have, the movies are there and they will be coming out, but we also have games, which is something that Marvel really lacks.
Well, that Avengers game is eventually going to come out at some point.
Yeah, but even then, that's just one game.
I know.
The Avengers, and to me, that's not even like fantastic looking, or at least
No, it doesn't look. Yeah, I know.
so.
Their character design is low. What?
Right.
Okay.
And we'll talk about the DC games in a bit, but the movie side, the TV game side, and the TV side, we have the CW programs that are kicking ass. Still, Marvel does not have.
But they will.
Even when they will, it's one show. Whether it's Falcon and Winter Soldier or WandaVision, that's one show.
But give it a year. Give it 2 years. I mean, the things they've got planned. I mean, She-Hulk, Moon Knight.
I know.
Seriously, Moon Knight?
I know, but that's not now. That's the problem. So the edge here is DC, because they've had The Flash, they've had Arrow, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow,
And I'm glad for those things. Yes.
Batgirl, Batwoman, Black Lightning, Stargirl. So and then of course on HBO Max, the Doom Patrol and Harley Quinn, and Swamp Thing. And all. So there's a lot more properties, which again, it's them realizing it's okay that they're not connected because it's the whole multiverse idea.
Right.
You can have this version of Batman be different from that Batman that we see now. And that's fine. And I'm glad they're acknowledging that.
But who's going to get there first?
DC always gets there first.
No, well, they've announced it, but whose movie's going to come out first is my question. Is it going to be Doctor Strange and the Multitude of Madness? Is that going to come up before the Flash movie? Because the Flash movie is the one that opens it up for the DC universe, isn't it?
WandaVision has to come out first, and then Doctor Strange.
Right. I get that, supposedly.
Right, supposedly. But because everything else is backed, that could be changed too.
Oh, gosh.
Because they had to start production on that, in which I don't think they even started.
Right.
Same thing with with the Flash. So that's what I'm saying. DC right now,
solid
a lot more
and stuck the
solid.
landing. Yeah.
Right. So they don't have to rely like Marvel on just the movies to be the driving engine.
Right,
for
but
the
they're
franchise.
going to lose their comic division, though.
That's a whole other thing.
We're just going to go to. I know, but we're not talking. We'll talk about that at some later time.
Yeah.
But goodness me. Okay, so
Yeah. All right, so let's go back to the fandom after fucking 40 minutes.
shit. Anyone still out there? We should have just gone.
Michelle, you asleep? So, one of the complaints I will say about DC fandom.
So wait, where were you when it started? So I was there watching my laptop from the countdown, and when it started, it hit 0-0, and then things. I got like, it started up, and it was nice. It was nice. I didn't like that you had to watch it on your laptop
Or a device
or a device. Right,
that was not your TV.
Right, I didn't like that, but okay.
So I was able to get around that and use an adapter to plug into my phone and cast it to my TV. That was the way I got around that. My laptop is super laggy, so there's no way that I'm going to watch a stream like that and enjoy watching this process. The fact that you see Linda Carter popping in and Kristen Wiig losing her shit, that would have been terrible on a small phone.
Right, I agree.
So that should have been something that, like on YouTube, like they did for Comic-Con, put it on that kind of platform, or put it on HBO Max if you had that, or Amazon Prime, whatever.
Yeah, it's strange they didn't do that.
Yeah, so I would have thought you would have had different platforms to carry that load.
You could have watched it on YouTube, but then you'd have reviewers talking over it or shut behind their heads or whatever.
Right,
And
right. And there were some people that were doing better jobs.
Yeah.
That they just like when they had those weird little intermission animation talking kids.
Yeah, the Wallace drama crap. That was
So it's like, yeah, so here we are going to talk about this in just a moment. Thank you for watching my stream, whatever. And then, of course, DC or Warner, whatever, start going after people that were playing the trailer or reviewing the trailer and getting copyrighted and being shut down.
Okay.
That's what happened to Kevin Smith doing his live stream. So they were watching the trailer and the Justice League trailer, and it got shut down.
Oh God. Okay.
I mean, they still were able to come back, but
All right. So getting back to the experience. So there you are. You're watching it.
right. And the thing is, from what I've been reading, is that there are multiple, like the multiverse, different areas that you can go and explore. The landing page, when you go to DCFandom.com, it's just a video in which you're in the Hall of Heroes, which is like the bulk of the programming.
Right. But then there were tabs around the top or the side you could click on ish.
I didn't see that. And that's the problem, because I cast it to my phone and I looked at.
Okay, I was watching it on my laptop and I saw that there were some things you could do, but you didn't get.
No.
Okay.
So I think I'm like, there should have been an app for this, but again, like you said, they only had a couple of months to kind of put this together.
Right.
So
And everyone's so happy, even though they're now don't work there anymore. No, I'm just kidding. That didn't happen.
not yet.
So let's talk about the content.
All right. Right off the bat, Wonder Woman.
1984.
The second trailer came out, which I don't want to see another trailer. I got to see Cheetah.
Good luck. You watch one movie,
No.
you get 15 trailers.
The only one that I've seen all the trailers was the last Star Wars movie.
I'm so sorry.
I know.
I'm so sorry. Do you remember we watched it, like the reveal? We're like, wait, what was the name of the fucking movie? What was the name? We missed it. We were so like,
right.
woo.
Because of the whole laughing, it was like, oh my God, this is awful. But that's why I stopped. I don't watch anything past the second trailer because the third one would give too much away. But Star Wars was an exception. But to me, it didn't have the Blue Monday background music, and it was fine. Right. But I still loved it. And I love the fact that there was a lot more humor from Steve Trevor.
Right. The fanny pack.
The fanny pack.
The fanny pack.
Wait, everyone wear parachute pants?
Parachutes now?
I did. Back in the 80s.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You wore parachute pants?
I wore parachute pants.
Oh, my God.
So that line, I'm like, yeah.
I got the members-only jacket. I thought that was, but the parachute pants, no. I'm not.
Did you get an invitation for the members only? But I was happy to see the first appearance of Cheetah. So, even though it was kind of a little dark.
Yeah.
Oh, Barbara, what did you do? I still like the fact that, okay, it may be completely CG. I get it. It would be kind of nice to see like some kind of practical effects, and I hope they do that with Kristen. I really would like to see that. But it's like the moment as people said, Michael Keaton is playing who?
Right,
Batman?
Right.
Like, fuck no. That's the worst idea. He turned out to be a great character.
No, but I think Kristen Wiig's role will end when the CGI takes over.
I know. Like,
okay, can we do the motion capture? I'm sure Kristen will be like, no, I can't do that.
Who am I, Benedict Cumberbatch? I'm not doing that fucking dragon on the floor.
I'm going to get down on my hands and knees and do what? You know how old I am?
I'm not going to purr like a cat. Meow.
But it'll be fine. I hope. I don't know. The story, I'm so excited. I love the fact that it's 1984. I love the fact that she's dressing like Linda Carter.
Oh my
God,
that white dress.
Yeah, and she's so hot.
Yeah.
And I can feel the camaraderie coming from the cast and how fun it was to be on this thing. But I'm like, but the plot sounds ridiculous. The witching stone makes wishes come true. I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay.
I know.
We will be okay.
I know.
The problem lies also is that, you know what? Sometimes the universe doesn't have to be the thing they have to worry about.
Right.
Just tell us a regular story. You know, shit happens. How do you fix it? that's the problem with all the crises in the books. Each crisis kept building on what was done before and make it bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right, and so you can't possibly do that now.
Right. So resort to telling about
a small story.
A small story, yeah.
But I don't know. Wishing Stone, I don't know. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Hey, we have jewelry that took out half the universe. So.
Yeah, good point. Thank you. Thank you. That makes me feel much better. Thank you. That was actually brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, I love the fact that Linda Carter showed up in that
Where is she in the movie? She's in the movie somewhere, right?
Oh my God, I would lose my fucking mind if she does appear. Just give me one cameo.
You're gonna lose your mind, Monty. Yeah, pretty sure.
I hope so. What I was hoping she would be in the first one.
I know we all were, but I feel bad that Wonder Woman lost her sword and shield because she's not gonna have that. I don't think.
Yeah.
And the invisible plane, do you think that was the invisible plane?
I don't know.
I'm saying the thing to myself, wait, that's a jet. When do jets have cockpits that seat two people side by side?
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just like,
that's not invisible, but visible.
No,
So
and then the radar thing, and I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever. We'll see. It would all be answered someday.
Right, and we're looking forward to it. The thing is, the idea is, trailer, yay or nay?
Yeah.
For me, definite yay.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Funnier.
I mean, the fact that it started off with this.
We open with Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's perfect.
And that's just the start of it.
That's the start of it, baby. That's the appetizer. What? There's more? Oh, yeah. The next piece is going to be the Gotham Knights.
Right.
So, me not being the gamer here.
I don't know. I don't know about this Montreal office. I don't know much. I played Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and then I stopped. I have the other games. I never finished them. But amazing fighter games, and great.
Yeah.
And stylized to that universe. Even though it wasn't Rocksteady. Rocksteady did the previous games-ish. They didn't do Arkham Knight. No, they didn't do Arkham. They didn't do Arkham Origin.
Right.
That was spun away to another company, which I guess this one is. But what do you think about the content? I mean, Batman's dead, apparently, in this universe.
Supposedly. Wink, wink.
And it summons Tim Drake, Barbara Gordon as Batgirl, Dick Grayson, Nightwing, and the Red Hood.
Right.
Who is Jason Todd, I guess.
Yeah.
And you get to play as those characters.
Right. And your concern was, oh, wait, do I have to play this online with other people and like be team ups and things
right.
of that
That was
nature?
my concern because there were moments of gameplay during the DC Fandome where he's following you. He's in the side. And I'm like, wait, is that me? Can I switch into that character like Lego? Like the Lego games?
Switch
like, oh, no, I'm getting the crap beat out of me. Switch. But I don't know because they seem to be running together, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I will admit that game experience, seeing that little clip made me go, I should play Arkham Knights. And I put it back in my PlayStation 4. And I turned it on and played like 10 minutes of it recently. And I'm like, oh, it's too long. I can't play this.
And it's right here, Gene. Right next to me.
I wanted to play. It's too hard. I don't know.
And I just mentioned also that during my quarantine, you helped me out by lending me your Xbox. The original classic Xbox.
Just beat something. Monty has beaten how many video games in your life, Monty?
I think 2 or 3. And again, with the aid of my then 6-year-old daughter.
But you've never beaten that video game. In the arcade, difficult.
Oh, no. Never in arcade.
Well, you have your chance now. But
Yeah.
anything else at home? So what was the games you built? The 2 games you beat with your daughter?
Well, no. It was just more about, like, since you lent me so much of the different games, I wanted to play the arcade style. Because that's the easy part. You don't have to invest in the story.
Right.
You just jump in, you start playing, and that's it.
And infinite quarters.
Right.
I love that.
You don't have to worry about that. That's the thing. I mean, we can still go to, we used to go to Arcade Odyssey, so a lot of those games are still there.
And you can still play them.
At a quarter at a time, which is still fascinating. That's incredible.
It's not a quarter at a time. They're tokens. The tokens are more expensive. They're actually
Whatever.
like 55 cents each.
Wow. But they're still cheaper than anything else I've seen. I will say that Gotham Knights, the trailer looks fantastic. I mean, it's all glitzy as hell, and basically it's all like one long cutscene. But I don't know, for myself, like, I'm so behind. Like, I've never played any of the Batman Arkham Asylum games. So,
Do you want to? I can get it. I can make that possible.
we'll see. I just need to get to that point. I mean, I would like to kind of go into that kind of lineage and just build up towards that.
Okay, so you'd have to start from the ground up.
That's what I would do.
Okay.
So, but that's, again, I haven't not been too much into a gaming mode. Hopefully things will change.
You're an adult. That's why I had problems playing Arkham Knights last night. I have responsibilities. I couldn't
Right.
immerse myself.
Right.
I could not lose myself in that world and actually care about how to steer the fucking Batmobile correctly.
Right. For hours on.
Right.
And
I'm like, oh fuck it, I can't do
Right.
it. Rage quit.
Yeah. Right. So that's I think that's the problem, because, you know, the time that, like, no, I need to be worried about this thing,
Right.
not that thing, that I can just, like, enjoy myself. So, all right, so let's go into the Suicide Squad, in which James Gunn is able to now bring
Because he's editing from home. It's all done.
Yeah.
You're just editing.
So he hosted the panel himself, and he had like a kind of like a weird game show that the guy who played Rick Flag and Viola Davis as Amanda Walker, they picked their own teams. And oh my God, what's Pete Davidson was the last one to be picked. He's like, man, this feels just like high school. I felt bad for him.
No one's in the King of Staten Island. Come on, start in that.
I really wanted to see that, but I'm like, do I want to rent it?
$20.
I know. I'll wait. I'll get the blue red deal, red box,
right, for $5.
or I just wait till the library gets it. And
I know.
yeah. But the fact that he's in it, I'm kind of happy for him. You know, I like the fact that what he does on SNL. You know,
I don't understand what he does on SNL.
a lot of people don't understand. But it's the thing that I identify, because he's not the typical good-looking guy. You know, he doesn't take himself seriously, but he is funny as hell at times when he's able to do the things that make him stand out.
Right.
So the fact now he's branching out into movies.
Is he still with SNL?
Yeah.
He's still okay.
Yeah. But he also has a problem with mental health also that he's been dealing with on and off with depression. So, you know, but he had a great song video they did on being at home with his mom. So, because he lives with her. He lives in the basement and she lives upstairs in the house. But overall, what I loved about this is the fact that there's a lot of people in this movie, up the wazoo.
And I'm surprised that they actually played the trailer, and like most of the people seem to be in the movie.
Right.
That they're not getting killed off early. I mean, I'm sure there'll be one or two, right? That's generally how it works.
You have enough people. You brought back like 2 people from the original movie.
Right.
Harley Quinn and
Boomerang.
Ken Boomerang. So you can definitely, like, let's make a difference.
Yeah. We killed everyone in Deadpool 2. So you did that already.
You killed Brad Pitt.
So in the Umbrella Academy, Luther can't have that eating problem because they did that in the Avengers
Oh my God.
Endgame. Sorry. That was really weird.
So, but I really love the fact that John Cena is in this. And I've been like a fan of his because he can act. And I'm like, if he can be the next, you know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I would be happy for him. Because to make that transition from wrestling and to be not only like a decent actor, but like he's really fucking good. So for his character, the way he described it as a douchier Captain America, you know, that he'll take make peace by any means, like even killing people in the process. Mm-hmm. I'm really kind of curious, and I want to do a deeper dive
when it comes to, sure.
When we get there. Just because that's what I did with the original one. So it gave me a lot more history, and I'm glad that The one that I read had King Shark, and King Shark is back in the second one, which I loved, and I loved him in the Harley Quinn TV series by Ron Funches.
That is certainly an interpretation of the character.
Yeah. But also, the King Shark also appeared in The Flash in a couple episodes that I love too. So I'm all in for King Shark, and I'm glad they didn't bring in what's his name, the alligator guy,
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc. I would have gone a little bit bigger with Killer Croc, but that's fine.
Well, they did that in the last movie, so
No, I know, but I'm saying like the Killer Croc in my head is like more
I
Croc-ish.
get it, yeah.
So, but it's fine.
Walking around the Batman animated series, are we thinking?
Sure, we'll go with that.
All right, what happened next?
All right, so the big thing that we're all there for is the Justice League trailer. So Zack Snyder did his little panel, and he had his Justice League come out and ask him questions for the fans. And the awkward moment that came out, it was, the guy who played Cyborg, Ray Fisher. It's like, so in the movie that you are going to be doing, what did you hope to expand? Oddly enough, you said this, Ray. It's the role of Cyborg. Because you're the heart of the movie. And I'm glad that, considering if you have not followed the news, that when Joss took over and did his Justice League version.
Wow, are we calling it that now?
Oh, yeah. A lot. That's been a thing for a while.
Okay.
Because he injected a lot of Joss-isms, the humor and the different color palette and all that. But there were stories that he was trying to relate that Joss was not the kindest person on set, and then the executives were basically enabling his behavior. So, and now stories have gone out so that there's enough material that Warner Brothers has started to start an investigation on what had happened during the movie set. So it has kind of like a weird underpinning of something that's supposed to be positive. Because when the movie came out, and like, it
right.
didn't go anywhere.
But it was a hot, sick mess.
Right. Because of the situation that happened with Zach and losing his daughter.
Right.
Then taking a leave of absence from the project, and then bringing Joss in to finish the project and do reshoots. And then, of course, we hear the story about the executives who want to make sure that the movie was under 2 hours.
Right, it pisses me off, which I really I don't understand why you would do that.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's their interest, not the interest of us. And that's business, unfortunately. And their approach was just do it on that time frame, and we'll leave it and call it a day.
All right, so what did you think of the new footage, Monty?
Right off the bat, I thought I was watching Watchmen again.
It did have that feel, yes.
But the Hallelujah song really felt more appropriate rather than a nod to Watchmen. That Hallelujah,
right,
after years of rumors about a Zack Snyder cut, and finally seeing new footage that is going to be in the new movie or the new series, because it's going to be a 4 1-hour series.
With bonus content, I'm sure.
Right. And then eventually it'll be a 4-hour version, including a black and white version on top of that. I loved it. I couldn't explain my happiness to see not only this happen, but to now see that we're that much closer, one step closer to seeing this become a reality. And sometimes a lot of directors don't get that opportunity.
I know.
And he is more deserving of that opportunity. And I'm glad that the fans not only bet on his side, but that finally the corporation saw the respect that they need to do for the fans.
I don't know if that's why they're doing it, but
no, but that's the thing. This would never have happened until
without the right. But Zach kept pushing it.
Yeah,
I mean, he kept his Twitter account active, and he kept, throwing it out there, chumming the water, if you will. But
right.
It's fine. It worked.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can't really. When was there the backlash about? Oh, there's a director's cut of Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
I don't know. I mean, that all started to me with the whole Blade Runner thing.
Right, don't get me started. Too many versions of that to begin with.
Right.
But there was a director's cut of Star Trek The Motion Picture, which turns out to be even better because they finished the effects for V'ger and did a lot more cutting of the whole space journey inside V'ger. Better product. So here, I'm hoping for the exact same results. Just like, Ridley Scott did his multiple versions of Blade Runner, you get to that point in which, like, enough, but
it'll be different. I'm looking forward to it. Again, it's a whole new interpretation of the storyline. The fact that you're bringing in a different villain for the heroes to fight. I mean, like, what? Dark Side?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, I'll watch that. And just new stuff.
Right.
And as the original director had intended, look, it sucks when you have to clean up someone else's work. And I'm sure Joss, for whatever reason, was there. I don't know, but I don't know how much he changed. But it's going to be interesting when this comes out, how everything's going to flip on him.
right.
Because
before he was the savior. He
right.
First
I did the Avengers. And
Right.
I'm coming in here, and then I've never seen like such a terrible fall out of the gates.
Right, and you felt like, no, maybe Josh just had too much conflict with his vision versus what the Marvel wanted.
But he was just supposed to finish it, right? So you shouldn't be able to make changes in story points.
No, I understand, but that's where, like, no, we believe in Joss, the old phrase. And then, like, he can do no wrong, and then, he's going to help out with Zach? Good. I'm kind of on board. But then...
I know, this is like one of those horrible things where, we didn't have internet at the time. We'll never know what happened.
Right.
We can speculate all you want. We can watch Midnight Edge stuff and do conspiracy things, and just like, and then this happened. Like, well, what really? You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. But what you can see though is when the movie comes out, you can see whether you like it or not.
Right.
And the fact of the matter is, the Justice League movie to me wasn't great. It was okay. I didn't like it.
Right.
Not my favorite thing. Could have been better. But to have Zach back with these iconic images for the trailer, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, this would have been better.
Yeah. And Superman.
Nice.
Superman in the black suit. I loved it. I'm glad to see that finally. And, I'm happy to see the thing that I'm like struggling for. We didn't get our DC version of Avengers.
Right.
We just got a DC version of Justice League. Now it's going to be on par, hopefully.
Hopefully.
That.
It's like the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, God. That was...
I mean, yeah, I know that's the deleted scene, but I still love that scene where he's going in and he's getting shot by the machine guns and then the fire and all that.
I love that.
Yeah. It's an amazing sequence, even though it's already been stated that he's bulletproof and he's fireproof.
Yeah, but you get to see
But you want
it.
to get to see it, exactly.
Freeze ray. You get hit by a freeze ray. Okay. These are talking about deleted scenes of Superman.
Right. And then you cut that sequence and it's like he flies down and then he punches the door and then there he is.
Yeah,
That's it. They cut the whole sequence out. So, but we know that as fans because we watched it on TV and I'm like, that was not in the movie.
The edited for television version that has more?
Yeah.
Just
Maybe 4 hours.
watch the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings.
Oh my God. The super extended version on TBS. 6 hours. All right. So sometime in 2021, you'll get it.
You get 4 nerdgasms, Monty. Not just one. You get 4.
And I hope the way they'll do this, one at a time, once a week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Play it out. Enjoy that. Because that's what's going to help build momentum. That's all I care about.
You don't want Gal Gadot hosting or Henry Cavill walking around with the mustache or without? No. The evening. Hi.
You know, it'd be kind of cool.
What's that?
Do the whole thing like what Ron Moore did for BSG after every episode.
Yeah.
Do a whole
Smoking
commentary on that
cigarettes with
episode.
whiskey.
That would be awesome to do. You heard it, Zach. Go do that. Comment on that episode you just filmed, and we will watch it again. I would love that to have that happen.
Okay, so
all right.
What else you
So
got?
moving on, Black Adam. Not so much footage, but more of this is the idea we're going to go with an animatic trailer. So if you don't know what an animatic trailer is, it's the pre-visualization of what you want to film. what the characters look like, what the setting looks like, the fight sequences, whatever. You want to build that out first, so you have an idea to then. It's all pre-production.
But that movie, correct me if I'm wrong, they're going to reveal the JSA, right?
Yeah. So there is an
Adam Smasher.
He's the only character or the only actor that has been not only confirmed and cast, but planning to have a spinoff. I'm like, but no, that's too soon. So, whatever. Hawkman is supposed to be in there. Dr. Fate. I don't know if Stargirl will be in there. I don't know. But it'd be kind of cool if we see Green Lantern or Golden Age Flash.
Right. Green Lantern, whose weakness is wood.
Which, really? I can throw a piece of wood at you, and you can't do anything about it.
I don't know.
Except move aside. Unless you don't see it coming. The Black Adam animatic trailer, it has limited motion and things of that nature, and it's Dwayne doing narration. It's okay. He looks great in it. He's not doing that weird widow's peak hair, black hair piece, whatever.
Right.
That we've known him for. He's just going to be strictly bald.
That's fine. That's how he is.
Yeah.
That's how he comes.
That's fine. So I'm clear with that. But no date yet as to when that's going into production.
But you were screaming for it last time we got together.
Well, because I was like, stop making Skyscraper. I want Black Adam. You make Skyscraper.
Skyscraper was terrible.
Stop making Rampage. I wanted to.
You like Rampage.
I like Rampage. I mean, not for nothing. He does really good stuff. Even Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin and Shaw.
Wow, you can't say it, can you?
I still appreciate what he can do.
Hobbes and Shaw.
Hobbes and Shaw, Calvin and Hobbes, peanut butter and jelly. I don't care. He still is able to deliver enough of a good movie and popcorn experience, family thing. I like him a lot. But I want my Black Adam movie. Be done with this, and I want to bring in Shazam.
Just be done with this.
Because I waited long for this.
But Shazam's getting his own movie, though, I thought. Didn't they announce that?
Yeah, but I didn't get a chance to find out more about that
I didn't
at
really
this
either.
time. So, but it has to happen. I know because the kids were getting too old.
So then there's a Black Adam movie, then there's a separate Shazam movie. So that's what we're getting, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows?
I know. I 24 hours of programming. I couldn't watch the whole thing either.
Right, exactly. All right, so moving on, we have another game, which is going to be the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. What do you think about that trailer?
That was interesting. Just from perspective, this is Rocksteady. This is their thing. This is their secret project. 2022, I think it said, though. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To be able to play bad guys against evil good guys, it's pretty kick-ass. I'm sure it'll come out to just pitch the James Gunn movie when it comes out, hopefully.
Or it'll be
but
after that.
It looked so much fun. It did look like a lot of fun. And like the characters kind of from the movies.
Yeah.
An evil Superman. Wow.
Which, at the last scene, Captain Boomerang throws a boomerang.
Yeah, I should have done that.
It's like, the one criticism I would say, Captain Boomerang does not have that kind of speed.
Yeah, that flourish. It was weird. It was weird to watch.
So unless they explain that doesn't make sense.
And I'm sure they will. Come on, Injustice. Look,
I know Injustice.
Yeah.
I'm all in that. Speaking of which, I think the rumor is that Injustice 3, they're planning to bring in the Watchmen. If they do, I'm all in. Not that I'm not in for the others, but yes, do it. Do it.
Yeah, but then Dr. Manhattan's overly powered. I mean,
it doesn't make a difference because I can go against Superman as Green Arrow and
right.
go kick his ass.
Take the pill. That makes me, okay. Yeah, it's a good point, I guess, but I don't know.
All right, so whenever the game comes out, we'll talk about that then. And the kicker of the night, as if this was enough news. No, there's more. There's the Batman trailer with Robert Pattinson, which, not that I was worried about him as Batman.
Right.
I mean, we saw a couple of stills and it looked kind of cool, but the trailer blew me away.
I think what will happen is you'll see Tenet before you'll see Batman. He's in that too. So
Yeah.
hopefully that'll boost your confidence. Like, I'll be fine as Batman.
Well, I didn't think he was a bad actor. It was just more...
Well, all I've ever seen him is freaking Harry Potter, and then I haven't
Right.
watched the Twilight movies because I refuse to.
Right,
so
exactly.
I'm just like, the Harry Potter kid was okay, but
Yeah.
I don't know. This guy is he microwaving tinfoil?
Yeah, I know. Everyone reads that GQ article. I'm like,
What?
was it Vanity Fair?
I don't know.
Whatever thing. Like, yeah, he's dumb.
Okay, but anyway, in Batman.
So it starts off with a really dark tone where you had that the taping.
Right. And the Riddler.
Yeah, which is like, wow. I mean, I didn't realize, we're doing the Riddler, but a completely different, really twisted version of the Riddler. Not the Jim Carrey,
No.
not the Frank Gorshin,
No.
but it's fine. I'm okay.
Darker villains for darker times. Kind of could work.
Right.
Yes.
And it does feel police procedural type of Batman where he is working with them, not like behind the scenes.
That was weird, though.
Yeah.
To have oh, God, the actor's name. I don't know. Wright?
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright?
Right.
As Commissioner Gordon talking.
Love it.
And then like, you can tell it's Batman.
Yeah.
You can see the cape flustering under it a little bit and just walking like, what do you think? And it's just like, that kind of casualness is a little weird for me.
Well, it's kind of like
Modern day.
He has the presence, but not kind of like that swag just yet. Because basically, they said this is kind of like a year two, so he's not quite there yet. But I still felt it. But I'm like, those are new boots, right? It's like they're not like really armor kind of boots, but he's making it up as they go along. I get it.
Okay.
Go with it. But it does have that kind of like Seven dark noir
Feel to
feeling.
it a little bit. And there was a scene where he's being surrounded by all these people like that had an Arkham video game kind of feel.
Yeah.
All those people feel like, oh no, just put the X button a lot.
Oh, that's what I'm not doing. And then, of course, the famous one scene or one shot that people are losing.
The takeaway, the money shot.
Yeah, that basically, who are you? And just one of the guys, like a lot.
Goes back. They're going back. He's down.
He's down.
He's down. No, I'm gonna hit him too much.
Bam. And every reaction video that I saw on YouTube, people were just losing their shit about that moment. I'm like, yeah, it is really good.
Just two more for luck.
Yeah, exactly. And then cut away to the people about like, oh, we should have angered him. But it looks really good. And again, only 25%. Was it 25%?
That has been filmed so
that
far.
has been
to my
filmed.
understand.
So basically, they just filmed the trailer, and the trailer looks great. Now, I'm not going to get into the Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. A little weird.
I don't.
With the cat ears ish, because these are early days characters.
Yeah, movie called The Batman. Let's show off the Batman.
Right. So, but the big surprise to me was this one quick shot of Oswald Cobblepot, who is
Oswald Cobblepot.
Cobblepot.
It's Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, but he looks like Richard Kind. And I'm like, but you could have had him, but like, no, it doesn't. Two different actors.
We're doing it this way.
But he looks fantastic with the heavy makeup
in that one shot. Yeah.
So, have you seen Gotham?
No.
Okay. Gotham kind of works on a level of...
It has that kind of feel?
Yeah. But in this case, because you're dealing with like a psychopath or a serial killer like Riddler, which was not in Gotham, the takeaway is that the Gotham City Police were like corrupt.
Right.
Everything was ugly. Here, it doesn't feel that way.
No, it feels like Jim Gordon and Batman
Right.
go to an adventure
Right.
together.
He's like, right, exactly. Here's
We're
my
friends.
friend
You've been here for 2 years.
Hey, Batman, can I come to your barbecue?
Here's the evidence. Here's what we found.
Right. And that's fine. And I kind of like that kind of dynamic. And then there's an HBO series, HBO Max will be coming out, a version of that, but for year one. So it will kind of support the movie to talk about what's happening.
Who's casting that? Who's doing that?
Also, Matt Reeves.
Really?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
So, but again, that's the thing that Marvel wants to do that they almost had with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That stuff that happens on the TV side happens
the movies.
in the movie sides, and that's what's going to happen eventually on both.
Well,
levels.
yeah. But I think Disney's going to get that first with their Marvel stuff, maybe.
Yeah,
because at least they're producing it.
Right. There was this one shot in the crossover episode where you had the two Flashes meet.
Right. I remember that
and the two of them meet. That blew us away, and I think that's what needs to happen. Not necessarily in that level, but the stuff that happens on WandaVision is going to play big on Doctor Strange for the second movie,
right?
And so it makes more sense to have that kind of cross-medium IP playing off each other. And I think if you have the video games, while you're waiting or watching, enjoying these contests, play this other thing or read this other thing. And just, it has to be a good powerhouse combination. And think, again, Marvel will get there eventually, but DC right now in its Wonder Wheel, oh my God, it's pure happiness right now.
They have the weekend to shine.
Yeah.
And then they're going to come back again, and you said September 12th.
Right. For the second part.
For DC Fandome, what else could they possibly show us?
I don't know.
They showed us the Flash stuff. They covered just about everything they've got.
But there again, the criticism about the different islands, I'm sure there was content on those other platforms, and I would love to have seen that. And that's the thing that I would argue. I would want to have seen more of that. Happy about the Batman trailer. I can't talk enough about that. And I love the use of the Nirvana song as the whole theme throughout. And I found the trailer music on YouTube, and they kept playing that in the car for us.
Yeah, you sent it to me. I'm like, what the? It's 10 in the morning. Why is Bati sending me inside the bottom?
Yeah, but it's great. I loved it. So, again, DC is for the win.
For now. There's room for both. There could be Marvel and DC.
Right, and we win both ways.
Yes.
So, and that was the whole idea, is that the competition brings out the best in both of us. But, DC just went about it kind of like half-assed and didn't really have a game plan. Here, it felt like, yeah, we only had a couple of months to put this together, and there's a pandemic, but we got our shit together at least enough for you to get excited and to be rewarded as a DC fan.
Right, and I like the way, though, that they had Ezra Miller and that Flash team with his movie that I didn't even know that was still alive.
Yeah, but I missed that altogether.
Oh, but they waved it, and that's coming, and you
Right.
know that stuff behind the scenes, that Batfleck is coming back, perhaps,
Michael Keaton.
with Michael Keaton in one movie, the Flash movie, which is weird, but okay, so embrace that multiverse.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what they need to distinguish
I agree.
themselves.
That's what'll fix it.
Yeah.
Ish. It'll keep it going, because it just builds the fire.
Right.
Rather than putting it like, why can't your Batman be in my movie, Chris? No,
Right.
No, you can't
And-
do that.
and
How about
the
Matt Reeves? No. Joaquin Phoenix got a freaking Oscar.
Right, exactly.
Come on,
But the Joker was in the 80s. How can we fit Batman? No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's the creative aspect of all of this, of having a multiverse. Do your own thing the way you want to do it.
But the multiverse is understood by you and I, but we're nerds. You know what I mean? What do you think about normal America? Will they get it?
I think if Zach does the explanation, hopefully, in the time travel with the Flash, and using Flash as the linchpin to talk about...
It might, yeah, right. It'll grow out from there.
Yeah. So, I think that's the way to do this.
Yes.
Hey, it's this interesting blend you got there. Because I'm Batman.
No, your vengeance.
I'm vengeance.
Now your vengeance.
Oh, am I vengeance now?
Wow. We should... I'm not bold enough to do that yet. Do impressions. But that was good.
I try to do my little Bane from Harlequin. Which, again, I think Bane is fucking hysterical. So, I can't get enough of it, so we'll talk about this another time. But in the meantime, I think we're done. This is a long-ass podcast, but then again, we haven't been able to do this in a while. So, I'm glad that you're listening to this and you're seeing that we're alive. And honestly, for your mental health, I hope you also are laughing along with us, but also find that thing that helps you find some kind of joy in your life in these troubled times. So, but hopefully Gina and I will be back a little bit more often.
Yeah.
And as well as myself just doing podcasts in general. I need to do my origami stuff, my unboxing video for a lot of toys that I've been collecting. And
Let's go.
But just to kind of feel like, kind of get out of my comfort level, because I'm kind of a little apprehensive about, even though I'm not talking on camera, I'm like, so I'm talking about my toy, I'm holding my toy, but I'm like, I don't know what to say. That kind of feeling. But I'm like, I'll feel my way into this, just like with the podcast that I've been doing for so long, that now I'm comfortable. And, other guys who've been doing the exact same thing also had crappy videos at the beginning.
It's fine.
And they get better than the end. So, but again, I want to enjoy all the geekiness because that was what makes us happy.
Yes.
I'm wearing a Harley Quinn t-shirt that I bought for $5 Below.
I was trying to get you to get to that when we were talking about the stuff, the things you bought after seeing the DC thing.
Yeah, so I got that, and then I bought a Spider-Man hat at GameStop that was on clearance, and I'm like,
that's Marvel, but that's okay.
No, but that's
all pop culture-y.
Right. And I
joy of superheroes.
And I got a Batman bag that has my podcast equipment, and it's got a little Star Wars Death Trooper figure attached to the zipper. It's all good. Embrace the geekiness. That's the thing that you love. And in this case, I love fucking everything that's out there. So, everything from I want a Star Wars waffle maker.
Sure.
Not the Superman rice cooker that we saw over at Ollie's. That was stupid. Come on, man. We don't need a rice cooker with a Superman logo.
I don't know. I don't remember that. I'm sure we saw it.
No, we did. But it was there was all this weird stuff.
I remember.
And like a popcorn maker, like $10. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
You're just buying it for the stupid logo. Come on, man. All right. We're done. So, I don't know what else to talk about, Gene.
I don't know. Everyone stay safe, stay smart, stay well. That's
all we can hope for. So, don't forget to follow us on the various social networks. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Definitely on Instagram when I have more pictures of my figures, especially the Stormtrooper ones. I'm going to post that soon, so be aware of that. Again, thank you for listening to us on the Monster Sci-Fi Show. It's sci-fi from a certain point of view. Good night.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.